Hello and welcome to another episode of Through the Lens of the Civil Engineer, where we talk regarding various concepts of civil engineering. Today we have Mr. Sri Ramakrishna Rao, who is a gold medalist and structural engineer from the first coffee crop cultivated city of India. He has served for more than 3 decades in the field of residential and commercial RCC building construction. He is also the co-founder and technical head at Manidhe Business Services, which started during the year 2018. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, anything which you would like to add on, sir, which you would like to tell about yourself?
Yeah, I want to congratulate you people because you have taken certain initiative to educate the young audience of civil engineering. And with respect to my experience, I have worked for companies not more than a year. I have taken civil engineering as a challenge because in the initial days it was very difficult for me to bring myself to a next level of engineer because as we all know that as the age increases, the civil engineer will get the more value. So
Yeah.
in the beginning days, even I struggled, like how now the freshers or the students are struggling, the same thing. But I worked very hard. I never get back on anything. I learned a lot of softwares. Till today, I learn a lot of softwares. So learning is never ending in any kind of engineering, particularly in the field of civil engineering. Today's trend and technology, we have to adopt it, or else we will be lag behind. So I want to tell all those people who are watching this video that learn every day in the field of civil engineering because whatever the cement we are seeing, the gray color, okay, it is changing day by day. That means the
Hmm.
gray color is not changing, but the properties of cements are changing. So like that, a lot of materials we are using today. So learning is a process, particularly in the field of civil engineering. We should actually keep learning. That's what I want to tell you for the audience.
Wow, such a great start to the show with the special advice of yours that learning every day is a must. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Welcome to the show, sir.
thank
Now,
you.
let's begin with our questions. So, my very
Okay.
first question to you is, can you list out some potential risk factors for workers on the construction site?
Yeah, there are a lot of risk factors are there for the construction workers, particularly when we start with the PPE kit. Okay, PPE we have heard out in the corona. Okay, there is
Yeah.
personal equipment kit. It is there for civil engineering workers also. So here
Yeah.
PPE is refers to the shoes, the helmets, the hand
Hmm.
gloves, the
Hmm.
dress, what they are going to wear it on the site, the full arm dress and all those things. So these things are the potential risk factors because these people are not wearing all these things on the site. The main cause is the engineers or the client is not educated to handle the risk. That is the main
Hmm.
factor. When they got educated themselves from the media or the government of India that this is the risk factor, you have to handle this kind of risk with your workers. So the potential risk factor here is the education. The people are not getting educated themselves what exactly the risk is. If I want to give you an example, the
Hmm.
people we have seen a lot of electrical workers
Yeah.
working on site. Okay, till today they are not wearing the industrial shoes or the gloves to handle the electricity. They'll just take the aluminum ladder and they are working it. So aluminum ladder is a very good conductor of electricity. They should not use it, but still
Hmm.
people are using this. So this is an example
Yeah.
for the risk factor for the workers on the site. When we come to the general civil engineering, lot of risk factor is there. Particularly the child labor is one of the very risk factor that we are facing till today. So
So
these
true.
kinds of risk factors, when we get educated ourselves from the, as I told, from the government of India, they should take a very strict action on the site. Then only we
Hmm.
can handle these kinds of risks on the site. And also there are a
Yeah.
lot of topics available. Okay, for example, fire and safety engineering, there is a course for diploma course, 1 year course. Even I teach there for 2 colleges, wherein we
Okay.
handle construction safety. Construction safety
Hmm.
here refers to what all the different risks available in the construction site, how to actually avoid it. Not only risk means here, I'm not only telling about the physical damage that happens to the human this thing. Here,
Yeah.
even the health hazard, like wearing a mask, wearing some earbuds while we are very near to the sound machine, noise machine. So all
Yeah.
these things are the risk factors that has to be addressed properly and it has to be taken care. So this is what I
Exactly.
want to tell about the risk factor.
Okay. Yeah. Such a great information, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
My next question to you is, what kind of planning is done before starting any kind of project? So you must be working with so many projects.
yeah,
So what is the starting? How do you plan? How does the planning takes place?
yeah. The first and the foremost thing what I tell to the people here is how we read in our Bachelor of Engineering or the diploma course, like that only do the planning of the project. For example, in our third semester, we learn surveying. We will
Yeah.
do the survey on the site. We will do
Hmm.
material testing. We will do the material testing on the site. We will do soil testing. We are doing the soil testing. So, like from third semester till eighth semester, how we are learning, the same process is followed on the site. This gap, what is happening on site and the education, the curriculum is there, is not filling up, particularly in the field of civil engineering. So we do a survey of the land first to understand the topography of the land. So what exactly, where the location, what kind of building or the roads or the tunnels has to become. That is the first and the foremost process that each and every project has to be taken, the surveying. Second part is the very important is the soil because 99.9999% of our structure are standing on the soil
Yeah.
except which are on the air satellites. Okay, so all the
Exactly.
structures are actually resting on the soil. So whatever we are putting the load on the structure, it will directly go to the soil end
Hmm.
of the time. So soil parameter, understanding the soil parameter, that is soil testing, is the second prime factor. Third is the planning, that is maybe an architect or an urban planner, you can take it. So a lot of fields are there for planning. So those people, what they will do, depending upon our requirement, they are going to plan it very precisely such that they are not wasting any of the area. First one. Second
Hmm.
thing, they are following most of the bylaws which has been given by the government of India. So these two factors are very important. Following the rules, one side, and the second side is without wasting any even a single inch of area, because that is very important nowadays. All of us know
Yeah.
that how real estate is booming every day. So that is the third stage. And the fourth stage is these soil parameter, surveying, and the architectural plan has been given to a structural engineer who will design the structure and he will arrive at a lot of structural components like footing, column, beam, slab, lot of things. So architect and structural engineer will coordinate together to arrive at a structure which will look beautiful as well as stable. The end of the process, that is the civil engineer, the most
Yeah.
important person in any kind of construction industry, because this person will coordinate from surveying till to the labor going to execute the work. So the process starts from surveying and it ends at construction. And the next part will come the safety, the what do you call the quality of the construction, the quality engineers will come.
Hmm.
What civil engineer is doing,
Hmm.
it's actually following all the process, all the materials, whatever the quantity, quality, and all those he's going checking. But above him, there will be a quality engineer. He will check all these standards, whether they are following it or not, and they are going to handle it. So in general, this is the process how actually the project will be taken up. So
Yeah.
the all these process will be taken up by a project management team nowadays. So they will handle from recruitment till handing over the project. So these are the actually the project in a very short brief I can tell you.
Yeah. So it's such a long process, and the planning
Yeah,
is plays the most important part of any project.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
exactly. So my next question to you is, what kind of safety precautions you need to take while being present on site?
Okay, the first and the foremost safety precaution is the shoes and the helmet. That is particularly the industrial shoes we have to wear it, not the regular shoes what we wear it casually. And the helmet
Yeah.
is compulsory. Nowadays, because of the pandemic situation, mask is compulsory. It will actually safeguard from the coronavirus, the first one. Second thing, also it will safeguard from the dust, which is
Dust.
100% present on the site, any kind of site. If you start
Yeah.
from excavation till painting, dust is present. So the mask. So these three parameters are very, very important. Next, this one more parameter, safety parameter, what I suggest, even we follow it on our site, is the drinking water. We give
Yeah.
100% good drinking water to our laborers, or even we drink the same thing. Okay, because when we give
Mm.
a very good water and some facilities to them, like hygiene
Yeah.
kind of toilets and all those things, definitely they are also human beings end of the day. So when we
Exactly.
maintain that, we can extract more work from them. What I mean to
Yeah.
tell here is, extract more work means when their health is good, they're going to work that 8 hours a day for number of days, more number of days. So
Yeah.
this basic safety precautions has to be followed, and it should be given from the government of India strictly, has to be followed on each and every side. As we have all know that it's not even 30 to 40% they are going to follow all these things. But in some of
Exactly.
the projects, they are definitely follow it. Even we follow till today. And
Yeah.
also above this, educating the laborers what is safety, what is hazard when they are working on the elevated areas like on the shuttering or the scaffolding, what are the safety belts they have to wear. So we will almost like 6 months once, or when our team is going to change, we are going to get the people from outside our premises, and we will ask them to educate the laborers. So this is the process we are from past 3 to 4 years, because of which we have a very good team who are executing the work very excellently. So these are the basic safety precautions has to be taken on the site.
Yeah. So great. So health
Yeah,
and hygiene is also needs to be
very important.
maintained.
Yeah.
Exactly. So true. So my next question to you is, what are the resources on which one can rely on to become a successful civil engineer? So to become the best and the successful civil engineer, there might be resources from one, we can learn or we
Yeah.
can extract knowledge from. So what are those resources? Sir?
First and the foremost thing is, as a civil engineer, we should not go beyond the money. It's everywhere is there. We go beyond
Yeah,
the money, but in particular in the field of civil engineering, we need experience first. Experience
exactly.
here, what I'm telling is, civil engineering is a very vast field. If you just
Yeah,
ask me, I won't do only structural job. I am doing a lot of job. I want
yeah,
to, because why I'm telling you here is because people don't know what is bank valuation, importance of civil engineering in bank
hmm,
valuation, importance of civil engineer as a surveyor, fire
yeah,
and miscellaneous survey will come. Okay. Importance of civil engineer in government estimations and what is private estimation. So civil engineer is a part of our society. Okay. So we are in, like, people are in need of us, so we should
yeah,
see the pain point of the people, what exactly they are looking into it, then we have to just address it. That's it. That is the first and the foremost thing we have to understand in the market. What is the requirement is there, for that what I have to learn and what I have to execute it. So if we understand this first basic concept, definitely we will go to the next step. Second one, we have to stop comparing ourselves with the other civil engineers.
others.
Okay. So when we stop comparing and when we start giving and showing our potential,
Yeah,
100% we are going to succeed in our life as a civil engineer. And the third point is, don't run behind the IS codes and all those things. It will be, we are not going to buy at anything. So what work we are doing it, just refer to the IS codes and start studying what is the general requirements they have given, whether I'm following it or not. If I'm not following it, what is the other way I can do it? So this is what I'm observing in the young generation, present generation of civil engineering, is that they are sticking on to the standard codes given by the government of India. It is not always true. What I'm telling you is,
yeah,
experience makes man perfect. So in some of the
exactly.
practical situations on the side, we cannot follow all the rules and regulations what they have given there. So that is the third point. Next and the fourth and the foremost, like, it's a very important that civil engineer, as I already told in the beginning, it's a learning process, civil engineering. So every day we have to learn new softwares. Every day we have to run behind the different techniques available in the market. So lot of different materials are available. If I take a simple granite, okay, natural granite is available, artificial granite is available. Even I don't know how to recognize those two. But
Hmm.
when it comes to that position, when it comes to the, I want to recognize it. I don't have any other go for my client. So then I have to learn the process, how I have to identify this. So
Exactly.
these parameters will make a successful civil engineer. Next, the mentoring. So even I'm having 3 to 4 mentors, my seniors, super seniors, with whom I'll be in contact with every day. Like I'll be just calling them, telling hi, bye, all those things, what's happening in the market and all those things, so that I can understand and I can get more experience from them. Very recently,
Yeah.
we had been to a site wherein the slab has been sagged almost 6, 7 inches. There are a lot of
Mm.
reasons for that. So what I did was, as having 10 years of experience in structural engineering, I didn't took any kind of decision. I took my help of my very senior most mentor, who is having more than 40 years of structural engineering experience. We took him to the site. We asked him. He did very simple, basic tests on the site. He took a hammer. He did the hammering. He did a lot of very simple steps on the site, and he told us to remove that, just dismantle that site, that slab, which is not safe in the long run. So, in the civil engineering, practical importance is very, very necessity of a civil engineer. And also, we should understand lot of career options are available for a civil engineer. We are not the site engineers always. We are not the drafters always. We are not sitting in front of the computer always. We can do teaching. We can do bank valuations. We can do a lot of things. Even if I take the IBBI, there is a new standard is coming for the valuation. If I become a
Yeah.
valuer of that particular IBBI, if I pass that examination, I'll be the highest paid in the society. So these kind of career options are there. Even I'm coming with that kind of YouTube videos very shortly. I'm preparing for it. So you can follow my channel. Very shortly, we are going to publish it. So the
Sure.
lot of options are
Sure.
there. So civil engineer to become a successful, if I start talking about it, it'll take more than 2, 3 hours. So like that.
Yes.
So and always keep your notes with you, your college notes, which will be very useful. My recent experience, I learned a software like almost like last 2020 October, called Tech Class Structures, which is actually getting a very huge scope in the detailing field. In India, that much scope is not there, but Indians are working for a lot of US companies, UK companies, and all those things. So I learned the software for 2 months in one of the center in Bangalore. Then, after having 10 years of experience, I joined for a company, worked there for almost 6 months to gain the knowledge what is exactly happening behind the scenes in this tech lab. And I got a lot of information over there for 6 months. You don't believe I was getting only 10,000 rupees salary, wherein I am giving for my juniors in my office more than 40,000 rupees salary from my pocket. I was getting just 10,000 rupees salary. I wanted to learn something out there. So this is like it's a learning process, civil engineering. Guys, I'm telling you, if you just start learning every day, you will be having a lot of career options.
Exactly. That will only make you successful.
Yeah.
So true. Exactly. So my next question to you is that how would you describe your style of working and in what instances have you demonstrated leadership skills? Everybody has got their own style, like some
Yeah.
work in different manner. So what makes you different, sir?
The first and the foremost is thing like my style of working is I will not become tensed anytime. So whatever it has to be happen, it will happen. So don't
Yeah.
take tension in civil engineering because a lot of things will be there. That labor is not came to the site today. You have already committed to the client. Just explain him the situation. Don't lie to him. So first and the foremost thing is don't get tensed in any kind of situation, particularly in the field of civil engineering. When you get tensed, you might have to take some wrong decisions on the site, because of which it will lead to a very worse situation in the long run. That is the first thing. Second thing, what we do is to-do list. Most of people are following this to-do list. That is, we do a list of work which has to be done to the next day. So I'm having two juniors who will follow it up all the works starting from bank deposit till the
Mm.
payments to whom we have to give and all those things. They will do a to-do list. One by one, we are going to follow it. They will follow it. They'll just tell me, sir, this work is there today. So we are going to follow it. And the third thing is time management, because we will get
Exactly.
10 hours maximum every day, 10 to 12 hours. So how we are managing to learn, to execute the work, to be with the family, to be with the friends, a lot of things are there. So how it is
Exactly.
important. And the most important thing is I work from morning 5 to 8 o'clock every day, my structural things, because that is the prime time where all the complete atmosphere will be silent and I'll not be disturbed by anyone. So the mathematical calculations and all, we can do it very fast in the morning because we'll be very fresh. Because
Yeah.
after 9 o'clock, I'll be getting alternate calls every 15, 20 minutes. So it'll be disturbed, complete day will be disturbed if I start my structural work there. So I do a lot of structural work from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. So in the evening, I'll be there with my family after 6 to 7 o'clock. I'll be there with my family. So Mike's way of working is never get tense in the site. Tell the truth to the client. Don't ever lie to the client because clients are paying us. Okay. So if we lie to them, tomorrow it will take us to a very worst situation in the life. Next,
Yeah.
handle materials and the labor with lot of care
Great.
because without those two prime parameters, we are not going to complete the
True.
project here.
Yeah.
So we have to handle them with a lot of care. We have to give respect to them. End of the day, they are also human beings. So I give a lot of
Exactly.
respect to my laborers. So the next thing is assign works to your juniors if you are having juniors or to yourself properly. Whatever you can do it,
Yeah.
only do those works. Don't accept, okay, I'm getting 1 lakh rupees for a particular job,
Hmm.
which I cannot do it because I'm already, my schedule is already tight. Don't take those jobs. You just tell them on their
Exactly.
face that, sir, I'm already, my situation is like this, my schedule is like this. I cannot take up any more work. So even they will feel happy for it sometimes. Yes, this guy won't take
True.
up much kind of work. He's giving the quality of work. And the presentation is very, very important for every civil engineer. I'm not telling you the dress sense, the way you talk with the laborers, the way you talk with the material suppliers, the way you talk with the sub juniors, the way you talk with the
It
client
has got much.
and with
Yeah.
the other coordinating people like architects or a lot of things. So this way, if you work, I do a lot of work before going to any meeting. So these kinds of practice, I have managed it from past just 2, 3 years. Before that, even I was a very rude way of handling the in the site and all those things. But when I started working like this, implementing a lot of parameters like this, I have gained a very huge amount of respect from the society now. And also in the bank, also when I'm doing a lot of bank valuations for Karnataka Bank in Karnataka and Karnataka Gramina Bank is there. I'm applying for Canara Bank also very shortly. So when we go to the bank, they will give huge amount of respect because of the honesty of work what you are doing. So
Yeah.
this is how I work. I won't take tension anytime. I'll be like I'll take it everything cool because it has already happened. It in our one of our site the shuttering it got failed due to some reason and it just followed. No one was working on that particular time. So what we did, the client was very like he started scolding us and all those things. We told him, we convinced him very neatly that nothing has happened to any labor. It's a God grace. So what we'll do is we'll just rectify the problem, what has happened. We'll just correct it and we are going to do the shuttering next day. The client was satisfied. We did the concreting. Another like 1 day was delayed. That's it. So don't worry. Everything will be fine. And your career also. Don't worry about your career. You are free now. If you don't have a job, you are free now. Just learn some new things. Try to explore yourself. What is there inside you? Definitely, you will be having some potential. You can definitely take it out, and you can do a lot of magic in the society.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Very, very amazing points told by you, sir. We must not take tension because in tension, while we take tension, it literally messes up the work. That is
yeah,
for sure. Exactly. With a cool mind and lying never helps. So lying to a client is also none of the option. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
that's great, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Every answer given by you will literally help the other civil engineers coming up into this industry, all the college students who will be hearing this, and everyone who will be looking forward to this field will be of, this interview will be of great help to them. So, thank you so much for
Definitely.
having your time with us. It was our pleasure to have you with us, sir.